What is up, my Dama nerds? I hope you're all ready for a wonderful fucking episode that's gonna go and invade your eardrums. I hope you guys are psyched for it. Episode 29, February 4th. 4 fucking a.m. in the Japan time. I'm getting into it, so you all better fucking get in it. My name is MJ. I'm one of the hosts of Dama Nerds, and I'm always accompanied by my buddy, my friend, my nerd, Rod Dama from the Terra Squad. Rod,
Hey,
up,
what's up,
brother?
nerds? You know, I'm just hanging out over here in Vancouver. Over here we got just about 10 a.m. It's 9:58 a.m. I got it easy today. You're on the fucking grind today, buddy. I love the enthusiasm, though. I love it.
Yeah, you know, well, I have to get in it and get ready. Sometimes you got to sacrifice some of the time
Hell yeah.
you have. We're all going to die soon.
Yes, we will.
So everyone has to remember that and keep that in the back of their brains that you're going to be gone. So take advantage of this time that you have right now. Shit's precious. All right? So you have to just utilize your life. So don't think that everything's going to be all fancy dancy and you're going to have a good time. Shit could turn bad really quickly. So, you know, you got to really take advantage of your life right now, nerds.
And just enjoy the little... Yeah, that's a good way. Yeah. Well, anyway, on that note, I think, you know, we got somebody in here who might be able to weigh in on this a little bit. If you hadn't noticed by clicking on the link and seeing the little red face on here, we got the homeboy, Bryan Scagline. Scaggs, what's up?
Yo.
Scaggs.
What's good, nerds? We're out here at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's 12:59 p.m. We're about to hit 1 p.m. in the afternoon. It's been a hectic week, but we're here. We're ready for it. We made time. I'm a Dama nerd.
Yes.
We're going to get the interview.
Yeah.
This is sick. You guys are crazy. MJ, thank you for staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning. This is bananas.
Yeah, man, no problem. You know, shit happens. Sometimes you have to readjust schedules.
Sometimes you just got to do it.
Shit.
That's right.
So as
Perfect.
long as things go the way you want them to go, and the only way that's going to happen is you make it happen. Sometimes you just got to put down the Dama, right? Just do what you really want to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's important. Put it down. Get some
true.
good time. It's perfect.
Hells yeah. All right, so we got Bryan Scagline. What's up, buddy? So for those of you who don't know, Scaggs has been working with Kendama USA for a while. Just recently left Kendama USA. Mm-hmm. He's been in the scene for... How long have you been playing Dama for?
I've been playing Kendama since I got my very first Kendama in the mail, blue TK16 on September 6th, 2011. And that was right around when I grew up with like Zach Yord and like Colin Sander, like those are my boys, and they always played Dama like on the early stages of it. And like I was like interested in it, but I wasn't like really sold on it. And I don't know, like right around when the pro models dropped, I was kind of like, whoa. I saw the video. It was in Pittsburgh. I knew the locations. I grew up skating. I was like, this is sick. So yeah, they had me hook, line, sinker. I was in. So like 2011. And I got sponsored by Kendama USA in 2014. Halloween night.
That's right. And I remember you were one of the first to be put on the Tribe team, right?
Oh, yeah. I was, myself and Wyatt were picked on Tribe first. And I remember, like, Colin was saying how I was going to be first on this, like, new leg of the team because it was going to be, like, pro team, tribute team. Then the Tribe team was, like, the tribute players were going to see, like, future talent just to help keep building the team and whatnot. And Colin picked myself and Wyatt. I had no idea who Wyatt was. And he was just like, make sure your video's done for this time. You're going to be announced first. That's what we're doing. I was like, all right, cool. Then he hit me up like a few days before and was like, hey, we're actually going to put Wyatt first. I was like, who's Wyatt? I watched his video. I watched his video and I was like, oh, yeah, no, for sure. He can go first, for sure. Like that's
Those
my
tricks were nasty. It'd be like, I don't know if I want to go after this.
Yeah, like tough act to follow. I was like, it's all good. I'll put some light leaks. I feel like I told Colin though, like looking down like just the timeline of like my career with Kendama USA and Wyatt's, like if anything, like everybody on the team I love, but I think Colin had the best calls. Like Wyatt picked him World Cup champ, like rags to riches immediately, and then I just started grinding and doing the social and doing like the work and just like trade shows, team management, all that kind of stuff. So still hats off to Colin. He knew.
Yeah, and Kusa just picks up like instant winners, like right before 2019 Kendama World Cup.
Who?
Like,
Rui?
hey, Dewey's on the team now. What's up?
Rui, yeah, Rui was me like a week before. I was like, no, we need Rui. Nobu found him, and then it kind of just worked out that way. It was perfect.
Yeah, it was just so crazy. I remember people talking about online,
big.
like, whoa, like they just picked up Dewey, like announced that he was on the team like a week before the comp, and now he just like wins the shit. It's like, whoa, who knows what secrets from
that
where?
Secret like black side of the internet, like like psychic or something, being like, you must find Wyatt Bray.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Wyatt Bray?
I had no idea, dude. When I started playing Kendama, it was just like, since the beginning, I was always sold on just like the aesthetic, the look, the tricks, like where you shot at, like everything. And then I found Kendama USA, that channel first. And then I remember watching like Terra videos and like Rod videos of him playing in like a tree house and just like in the woods. And I was just like, wait, how deep does this thing go? Then I discovered like Kenko and then like Sweets. And I was just like, oh, this is like a whole world. And I remember just like from the jump, I was like, yep, I'm going to be obsessed with this forever. So then I started clicking around and then, here we are.
And here we are.
Big time.
Wow. So at that time, did you have other hobbies that were like really occupying your time?
I was always into like skateboarding growing up. Like I'm 29 right now. And I always grew up like, I was in a metal band for a while, which like, that was a lot of fun. But like when it came to like cameras and filming, I was always into skateboarding growing up. And I was always the filmer, the editor, the one that would encourage like, no, you got it. Like do it. We're going to film it, chop it. It'll be perfect. Like I was always kind of like that cheerleader. Like, no, it'll be good. It'll be good. So with that, like, honestly, like from the beginning with Kendama, like I was like fresh Kendama player. Wasn't anything like out of the norm. But once I saw the Kusa Japan tour, I think it was 2012 or 2011, whenever Turner did the border balance flip, the first one, I saw I saw that and I was just like, I fuck with that so heavy that I will do whatever it takes to be a part of it. I literally hit up Colin and Zach. It might have been before group chats were even a thing, like on our phones. I was just like, I don't know what Kendama USA has doing in the pipe. I want to be a part of it. I want to be a part of it so bad. Like, here's what I'm capable of. Like, I'm still learning tricks, but I'm good with like video, media, etc. And Colin and Zach kind of knew that, so that's when they kind of like, brought me on, introduced me to Jeremy, and kind of started going from there. But like from the beginning, the tricks were always impressive. Like that's what we're doing. We're playing with this toy, we're landing tricks on it. But like how they made it look was I was just like, I know I can contribute to that and like make it good, next level, match, whatever it takes. But I was just like, I saw Turner do that, and I was like, I have to be a part of that. Period.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was a pretty big moment, seeing that. I mean, I don't think that was the first border balance ever, but I think that was the first time it was like put out in a good visible, like, and like you're saying, like presented in a good way,
Japan, like the lighting, like
dude, the shot was just that was the best shot. Like
on a sharp tip too. Like, come on, the spike was like,
and it was like was it not on like his pro mod, one of those old like premiere mods that are fucking slipperier than any ice I've ever seen up here in Canada, like.
Yeah, I saw that and I was just like, wow. Like, is it that? And like, it opened up new things. I was just like, I became obsessed, like, on site. The Edit 8, I think it was, like, when the pro models, when Zach, Colin, and Turner had their pro mods, like, that, I was like, whoa. I bought one. And then
jamming on rooftops?
Yeah, that was the coolest. That's literally all, like, in Pittsburgh. Like, I've been to those spots almost before the video even came out. That could have been as to why, like, it hit home so much with me, but I was just like, I love that. So, yeah, I kind of started there.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, like, you were moving from skateboarding to Kendama. So was the amount of time that you spent skateboarding really different from playing Kendama? Mm-hmm. Like, did Kendama just take over?
It was almost like a copy-paste thing, because, like, my friends and I were getting a little bit older, and, like, I was never one that was going to, like, throw myself down giant stair sets. Like, I just did enough to keep up. Like, kickflip a 4-set. Like, I was just more comfortable, like, filming and just, like, doing that. Like, I'm okay recognizing when other people are outshining when it comes to skill. Like, same thing on the Kendama USA. Like, when I was for Haley's, like, pro model. Like, before we were working on that, I was just like, yo, Haley's got to go pro. I was talking to Jeremy about it, and, like, I was talking to Haley about it, and just, like, with Kendama USA, there's, like, a chain of events where it's, like, you stick around, you go pro, or you don't. And I was like, I want to fix that. Like, I've always wanted to go pro. Like, I think every Kendama player wants to go pro at some point in their career, but I was okay with, like, not taking the backseat, but like putting others on. It's like, no, Bish needs to go pro. Like D Westy, no brainer. Nobu, yes. Like I'm okay with like having those people have their time. So like I can almost like in a selfish way have my moment where it's like I get to shoot that, I get to film it, I get to paint the picture of what I've always wanted to do from the beginning. So I've always kind of been like that, just like, no, you have what it takes, you're killing it, let me help, like I want to help like paint that picture for you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah,
right. So you were just totally like, I'm totally fine with not being the top player, almost like I know I'm not going to hit those crazy ass tricks, so let me contribute what skills I have to this whole scene.
And just like the culture, like when you look at like skateboarding, blading, like biking, like you have like the fat fisheye, they're sitting low, the tricks up here, and like I've always loved those like Kendama USA like superhero shots where like the camera's real low and like TJ's doing a knee bounce like up here. Like it's just like, you know what I mean? Like it just always looked so cool. I was like, I can contribute to that in such a like it's just like I don't know, it's like such a cool like rock star look when it comes like filming like I don't know. That's one thing I'm so petty about it. Like I hate when people film tricks like indoors or something. Like if you live in California and you're filming in your like aunt's house next to like a china cabinet, it's like go outside, go outside. Like because that's what's gonna make me double tap and like it. Like it's so petty, but like I'm petty.
I feel
like, I'm petty.
You're about the cinematography and stuff, right? You're saying you're coming from a different background, but like
straight up
still within the same thing. It's funny, I was thinking, like we were saying, filming skateboarding and Kendama, how it's very similar. Everybody kind of does the same thing, too. So, like, when you're filming skateboarding, you're on a skateboard, you're rolling with the dude on the board. So you're still skateboarding with him, right?
Yeah.
But when you're filming Kendama, you're also moving, like, you're bending your knees, doing the same movements. It's the same. It's such a cool comparison I've never made before until you were saying that.
I would always say that the shot is not going to be good unless I'm just as sweaty as Wyatt is after they're done doing the trick, because I'll be fully bouncing with him like
totally,
man.
the whole time. Like if your legs are sore, my legs are going to be sore. But it's going to be worth it in the end. Like those are the shots people are going to remember. And like who knows? Like when Colin or whatever was filming that border balance flip with Turner, like that changed my life. Like in the most non-cliche way, it literally changed the course of my life. I was working at like this. I was working at the Apple store. Because I still work for Apple now. But like I was working at the Apple store, and then I just got so obsessed with Kendama that it was just kind of like it went like hand in hand with one another. And then like years later, when Jeremy approached me for like a full-time spot, like with media, I was just like, I like rethought of that moment with Turner, and I was like, I can't not say yes to this. Like of course I'm going to take this opportunity. It's like the best job in the world. Like I had to do it, but yeah, no, it goes hand in hand. Like I've always loved it.
All right, yeah. So I know like. You know, a lot of people always on Instagram and other places saying, yo, Scaggs, when's the Scaggs mod coming? When's that Scaggs mod?
Yeah, it's like every mod's a Scaggs mod.
Yeah, yeah. I helped bake the cake with the guys and the girls. Yeah, no, it was good. And like, and not even to take anything away from them, like with Haley and Nobu and Dylan, and like if they've earned that, like it's obvious, like it's so sick. Like, and it makes me proud. Like. And I love how like at Kendama events now it's like a thing to show like the video, because that's so into like the skate culture and just like the video premiere. It's like, okay, do you want to hit live when you're at home on YouTube by yourself and all your friends are going to text you and be like, oh, that was so sick? Or do you want to drop it at an event with all of your friends, like, and then everyone just dabs each other up and like sometimes there's tears. Like, dude, Kendama gets so heavy with that. Like that to me, like the spirit of it is just like, I love it. Like, oh yeah, it's the coolest. But like,
yeah, that must be so awesome hanging out with all your buddies and having those videos.
For sure.
Like, or having new tricks be shown at those, or like different shots, different types of editing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
because like I've had to have those conversations where it's like Kendama tricks are very important, but Kendama tricks are only going to progress and benefit Kendama tricks if you're able to like film differently, use unique angles, or just like have like a personality or something like that. That adds a whole new layer to Kendama. Like shit, when like Kendama Goat, like Dan Rankins came out of like the woodwork, I was like, this is the perfect like just character to be introduced into the scene now. Like we all have a personality, but I think it's so cool when you could take like your personality, your interests, and Kendama and like package it into like one thing. Like that's a whole new thing now. Like I like it. I like it a lot. And just with like skateboarding and like BMX and blading, and like I've always wanted to just copy paste that same homie vibe into Kendama. Like land a trick, everyone's happy, it's like it's good. Like that's the way it should go. And the video premieres and like I'm really excited for where Kendama is heading, and just kind of what it's taken to get here. Like I love it. The Spirit Award. Hell yeah.
Man, so you brought up Kendama Goat just now. I just saw recently that he put out a new Kendama zine called Yank.
Yeah.
It looks pretty dope. And while looking at that, I saw that you were a big part of that.
It's called Masturbate.
Yeah.
Masturbate.
The Yank mag, Yank book. It's a play on words. He knows what he's doing.
Wait, what?
It's Kendama Goat. It's not going to be called the Kendama magazine. Like, it's going to be something weird.
No. Hell no, yeah. But yeah, so like you're in that as well, right? Like, did you do like a big interview with him and stuff for that?
Yeah, he paid me very handsomely to do a Kendama USA tell-all, and I did it. No, it was good. Like, we were talking about how he was going to be doing like a zine, and just like asked, like with me leaving Kendama USA like recently, he was just like, yo, that'd be a really cool story. I think people would be interested in like what it was about, what it took, what it felt like. Feel. So yeah, it was cool. He typed up a bunch of questions. He kind of let me talk about like, I'll let everyone get the zine for themselves, but like more or less like what it was like being on Kendama USA, what it was like being a part of it, like going full Dama, and then, you know, what the departure was kind of like as well. So it's a really cool mag. I think anything underground like that's always going to be cool. Like, it's just, it's one more thing that's going to add to our culture and the shit we love that isn't going to be just like a trick or like a new carving out of the Ken to help it do whatever. Like, those all help, but like when it's like some type of like media that like, I don't know, it's a good idea and it's going to be fun. And I love the fact that it's like low budget. And I love the fact that it's there's no company behind it. Like, it's not by Chrome, it's not by Kendama USA, it's not by Sweet. It's like just ambiguous Kendama company, like Honed Media, like same stuff.
No,
like,
totally. I was thinking of that as well. Yeah.
I think that's really cool because it's like it's a cool concept to just be like there is no like there's no bias towards anything. It's a good like I don't know. It's a good idea.
No. Right, made by fans for the fans.
Just fans like want to contribute and like just give back to. No, it's super cool, and I'm really glad he's doing it. It's gonna be sweet. It went live last Saturday, so Yank plug $5, DM Kendama Goat, get your copy.
$7 if you're in Canada. You gotta get that extra $2 shipping. Mine's in the mail, so no spoilers yet, buddy.
No.
Right.
No, but it was good.
Man, I wonder how much it's gonna be to get over to me in Japan.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Shout out that Kendama Goat, man. Fucking putting in the work.
Yeah.
Shout out Goat.
That's what's up.
Awesome.
Shout out Goat. Love him.
For being a good... funny enough, he's another guy who comes from a metal band background. He played in a band called Heavy
Low. Yep. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, they were pretty big. They toured a lot. I saw them a couple times.
I learned that at Battle at the Border 2018, I think, where someone, like, it was Kendama Goat's, like, it was my first time seeing him at an event. And someone said that, like, oh, he was in a metal band, too. He was in Heavy Low. And I, like, broke my neck. I was like, Heavy Low? That, like, grindcore, like, screamy, like, and he was like, yeah. And I don't even remember who I was talking to, but I cut the conversation, beelined over to Kendama Goat, and I was like, you're in Heavy Low? And he was like, well, I was. And I was just like,
right? Yeah, man.
Wow. I just started, like, talking to him. Like, but I was like,
I think I had almost the same reaction. But I was talking to him, and he told me, and I was just like, wait, what? Like, I haven't heard that band name in years. Like, I didn't even think about that. Like, that's crazy. Small world, man.
Their one song, Kids. Yeah, it was just, they were off the rails. But it wasn't like a humongous band, but it was a band where I was like, wait a minute.
No, but.
What? Like,
they were pretty big, though. Yeah, they toured a lot with a lot of the bands that I used to listen to and stuff back in the day.
Yeah, no, they were, that was wild.
Fuck yeah.
Right, man. So Scaggs, so you were in a band. What'd you play?
I played bass, yeah. My band was called Eyes Have Seen the Glory. Kind of like a play off that one song, like, My Eyes Have Seen the Glory. I don't even remember why we named it that. I think, but like people called us Eyes at shows, and that was kind of cool too. But like, same thing with the band. Like, I was very adamant about like our stage presence, what we were going to look like, how we were going to talk when we did like interviews and stuff, like what everything was going to look like. Like when there was a bass drop, like we all went down at the same time. Like we would we would move around stage. Like I made everyone in the band, like we put money aside to budget for like, we want Sennheiser wireless gear. We want this type of stuff because we can move and it's going to make our show that much better. Because like in the end, we're really just playing like beatdown riffs in Pittsburgh and like, like, you can only church it up so much, and like that's where I was like, no, we have to have like screens and tension banners. We're putting this much aside for shirts because I've always been about like the whole package. Like, what's the whole thing gonna look like?
Right. Yeah, it's important.
It was the same thing with those guys. I would, I remember a few times before a show, like our front man would be wearing like, I don't know, like a Fila jacket. I'm just like, hey, take that off and go put on like one of those cutoff tanks I have in my bag. He's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, you're the front man, so please go put a cutoff on. Like, I don't know, like it was always like in a fun way, but like they always knew. They knew it was like Bryan's gonna have a bug up his ass about something, so just trust in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're like the manager.
I've always, I think I've like always
player
kind of
coach.
Yeah, I think I've always anything I'm involved in it. It's also too because like when I'm with my squad, like my friends, like I want my friends to like look good, feel good, like I want everything to go like look good, and it's like I don't want to surround myself with like I don't know, like I want everyone on my quote unquote team to like look good, feel good, have the same energy, same vibe, and kind of just go from there. And I feel like honestly with like any interaction, that's always healthy. I'm the same way at work. I'm the same way with like my family, like really everything, kind of just like not coaching, but like I will spot check things. Like if you had something in your teeth, like a piece of broccoli or something, I will stop the conversation and say, yeah, you got broccoli in your teeth right there. Just because like I don't want to be standing there talking to somebody with a piece of broccoli. Like, tell me. So I want to be there for those people to be like, yo, hold up, you got a piece of spaghetti there in your teeth. Like,
hell yeah. I can respect that.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta.
I can absolutely respect that.
So I got a story then that you gotta cross check. I want to see if you think this is acceptable. What's happened? So when I first came here, I was living here for like half a year, and I was going to school at that time, trying to study Japanese and stuff. And I was on the train, traveling all the time, going back and forth to school. And whenever I sit on the train, I just look ahead of me. A lot of people like in Japan just fall asleep. Yeah. But I was just, standing, just looking straight in front of me. All right. Like, I don't care. I don't know. Some people like will look around, look down, look in your bag or something. But I look, straight. So I'm pretty much looking at everyone's crotches. Right. And, like, I'm not going to look down at the shoes and say, like, whatever. Like, we'll look at those nice shoes and look around over here,
Just observing your surroundings.
Right. You can
get wild on the train. You got to stay alert.
Observing the crotches surrounding you.
So I was just, looking up around and in front of me, of course, there's this one chick just standing there. And she's probably, like, a little older than me. I don't know.
Oh.
But, I just noticed that her zipper is open.
So you're at a crossroads right now.
Yeah, so I don't know what, she was just standing right in front of me for a while, and then we get to a stop. The person that was sitting down next to me, because I was sitting down, right, they get off, and she sits down directly next to me. And she's, like, right there now. I'm like, okay, God, like, what do I do? And, like, I got to say this.
While pointing to
tell
her.
Like, right? I got to tell her, like, but now I'm just contemplating how the fuck do I say this in Japanese? Because I'm not going to try to explain it in English. So I'm like, okay, gathering all the knowledge that I've learned within that 6 months in Japanese class, but you don't really go over that kind of shit. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to say it, but when's a good time to let her know? So we get to my stop, and I'm about to leave, and I'm like, I got to say it. So I just, lean over. Doors open, people are leaving. I just lean over. I'm just like, yo, your crotch is totally open. Peace. And I get up and I just walk out. And she was totally embarrassed about it. But I didn't want to be a super weirdo by like telling her, and then
say that and then sit back down and keep looking.
Yeah, continue my ride. Like it had to have been at that time. So the question is, Scaggs, what would you do in that situation? Would you have told her to?
As you were setting up the story, I knew that it was going to come back onto the broccoli and being in your tooth. And there were some obstacles in front of you. You're in a different country. You were learning the language. But I think that I would not have told her her zipper was down.
Oh shit! You went too far, MJ. Bud. You went too far.
Because of the obstacles, I would not have, because I've been to Japan twice, and I can only say kampai and arigato gozaimasu.
Yeah.
So there's no way that I could have done it. Like Yeah. But that's why there's other people in the world like MJ that is willing to roll the dice and have that difficult conversation on the train with the young lady, I think you did the right thing. And now she probably, because she could be walking around right now with her zipper down. Who the hell knows? But you, MJ.
Probably not anymore. She's like, that guy with the mustache is going to find me again and tell me my fucking zipper's open.
Well, and it wasn't like a tiny woman's zipper on a woman's pants. Like, it was just a little thing.
It's like a woman's zipper here.
It was a fucking womb.
It was big. It was open, like, clearly, wide. Like, wow, there are your underwear. Like, right there.
Yeah.
It's visible. I can totally see it. Gaping. I mean, pause. No. But, and I have a sister that's older, and I wouldn't want that shit to happen
to
my
right.
sister.
You did it. You did the right thing. You did the right thing.
Yeah. And, nice. Learning a language, too, it's always fun to be, like, thrown into a weird situation like that.
Is it?
Where, like,
I feel like I'd be terrified.
You wouldn't know what to say, you know what I mean? So, like, you're exercising the language also, But, like, yeah, it's uncomfortable for sure. But, like, and I've never done that specifically, but just, like, for example, when I'm, like, helping people out, like, when we're in Japan and stuff, trying to help translate and shit, and I'm like, I don't know how to fucking say this word. I'm just gonna see what I can do. Like, and I try to explain the word or something, and then they tell, this word. Like, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and then now I know that word. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Perfect.
Because it's like I was just trying to think of how to say that in Japanese, and like there's probably some slang or term, like in the States, XYZ means your zipper's open, you fly.
XYZ?
Yeah.
That's one, yeah.
Well, yeah. In Pittsburgh, there's an amusement park called Kennywood, and the whole park looks like it was built in like the 1700s by hand. And the saying is, "Hey, Kennywood's open," and you kind of like allude to their crotch, and that's like.
Whoa, okay,
okay. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
So in Japanese, it's "shakai no mado ga aitemasu," which pretty much translates to your society's window is open.
That's pretty good.
And so from that is how I learned that phrase.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, again, very good. That's good. Pass that same energy and make sure that a zipper
that's
will
such
not
a
be
Japanese
down.
way to say that, man. That's hilarious.
Yeah, right?
Open.
See, in like where I'm from, we used to say shit like we would make jokes and be like, "Oh man, are you cold? It's a little chilly out here today. Is it breezy? Feel a breeze at all? Like your barn door's open, bud,
Yeah,
like
your barn door, yeah. Your barn door,
yeah.
Yep. Barn, yeah.
You're born in a barn, bud. You left the fucking door open.
Oh my God, what stupid sayings. There's so many stupid Pittsburgh sayings like, I don't want to get into it. It's so stupid. Like shopping carts are called buggies in Pittsburgh. Buggies.
You call Sprinkles Jimmies?
Yes, sprinkles are called Jimmies.
Yeah.
The remote for
What? How'd you know that? I've never heard of this before.
That's a good one.
I thought you were fucking around.
Your Japanese is good, but your Pittsburghese, that's right. That's very good.
Come on, from Connecticut.
Right. The remote is called the flicker.
Oh yeah.
The flicker for your TV remote.
Clicker.
A lot of Canadians use that one, I think, too. I've heard that
Flicker.
one a lot.
Flicker and clicker. It's a good one. Do you guys know bologna?
Yes.
Bologna, the lunch meat's called jumbo in Pittsburgh.
Jumbo.
Jumbo.
So
is it because like if you eat too much of it, you become jumbo yourself, or what?
Yeah, most people.
Or do you guys just get like fat bologna in Pittsburgh?
It's a single slices. We're not barbarians. Goddamn, Rod. So
it's like Canadian
sliced jumbo
bologna steak. Just
what's the last one? There's so many, but like
soda's pop.
So pop. I say pop over here because I'm white trash.
Yep.
Yeah, pop.
Pop instead of like soda.
Yeah, pop.
Yeah, we say pop too.
That's what's up.
Yeah, no fizzy drinks,
Pop,
guys.
fizzy drink.
No.
Fizzy drink? No.
What's the last one?
Yeah.
And then a rubber band. Like a rubber band. It's called a gum band in Pittsburgh.
Gum band.
Yeah, gum band.
Interesting.
I should send you guys a list after the interview, just like a bunch of Pittsburghese you could work into your day-to-day conversation. And Kennywood's open. Kennywood's open means the window of your trousers are open.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We gotta get like some little clips of you like using these, and then we can throw them up on the story.
Mic'd up,
you walking up to some 30-year-old woman
Yeah.
on the train saying, "Yo, your Kennywood's open."
Yeah, Kennywood's open. I guarantee you, she would look down and be like, "Oh, thank you. Sorry about that." That's what would happen.
Oh, excuse me.
Perfect detour.
Oh man, that's funny.
So Pittsburgh is where you grew up?
Yeah. Born and raised in Pittsburgh. Yeah. I went to that was like the hardest thing about like, cause I went to college. I went to Penn State University, and I worked there. I worked at the Apple Store at the same time I was going to Penn State. So like, I didn't go to like the main campus that was like 3 hours from where I live. My brother went there, so I would go up there all the time. Zach Yord and my brother, ironically, were next door neighbors at Penn State campus. So every time I'd go up there, I would just dump my stuff at Cody's house, my brother. Then I'd go next door, say what's up to Yord, because he was the president of the snowboard house. So I would like say what's up to them, and we'd just run back and forth. And like that was always a fun dynamic. But yeah, born and raised in Pittsburgh. Went to college like online. Then I went to some campuses when I had to take like proctored tests or whatever. Got my bachelor's degree in psychology from Penn State. Worked at the Apple Store at the same exact time. And then once I pretty much like finished up with college, I was like playing Kendama like pretty much like full time, working at the Apple Store, and then at the New York City Toy Fair in like 2017 or 2016. Jeremy, the owner of Kendama USA, was kind of like, hey, like we're like stuff was starting to change like in Kendama, like TJ was, that's when like the Make Waves, like that, when TJ did his Make Waves tour and all that kind of branding for his pro model, that was like huge. That was huge. Like, he did a very good job with that. And that's when that was kind of like starting to like not slow down, but you could see TJ was kind of trying to go somewhere else. And Jeremy was just like, I think working with the people that he had, and he was like, yo, how would you feel about working full time in Atlanta? And I remember like living in Atlanta, I was kind of like, damn, like I'm 20 something years old, never really moved away. So like, yeah, sure, let's try it. Like, and plus it's like, again, it's Kendama. So like if the owner of your company was able to pay you when you were making it your job and you were done with college and you really had nothing that was keeping you in Pittsburgh, I was like, let's for sure do it. So yeah, kind of transitioned there to Atlanta. That was fun. Atlanta was cool. I liked it a lot. I moved back just because like, I moved back to Pittsburgh in the beginning of 2019, just because like at the Kendama USA warehouse, there was like 6 or 7 of us there. And every time we'd walk in, like I would get there 8 o'clock in the morning, say what's up to everybody. And then everyone just kind of put in headphones and kind of did their job. And then at like 5, took them out and left. And after like a year or so, year and a half, 2 years, I was just like, I do 99% of my job from my phone and my computer. I was like, what do you think about me moving back to Pittsburgh? And Jeremy was just like down for the idea. So all of 2019, I've worked remotely for Kendama USA full time. From Pittsburgh, but it's been great. Because I know like, there was just some confusion there too, because like people would be like, "Yo, Scaggs, I have a question about my order. Can you do this?" And I'm like, "I'm not like actually there, but yeah, I'll make something happen for sure." And just communicate with like Alyssa. Shout out to Alyssa.
Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I remember seeing some of your whatever stories and stuff on Instagram, and I thought that you were in Atlanta at the
relocated to Atlanta for work. I went out there once or twice just to kind of like see the location, like look at places like where I was going to potentially live. Because like just to echo from the beginning of like the conversation, I needed to paint the whole picture of what I'm going to be doing here. It's like, okay, I'm going to work here, I'll live here. I'm still extremely social, so I want to know like what's my surroundings going to be like, where are the bars or the nightlife or people going to be, where's like during the day where I can hang out and stuff. So I went there a few times and visited, make sure everything was cool. And really what was nice is like as soon as I got there, like with Kendama, it's like a family. So like Christian Frazier and I, Lyndon Whalen, Charles, Chewbacca, Ryan Plord, like the Grande boys like welcomed me with open arms. Like it was really cool. So like I basically got to like, because the community in Pittsburgh, there really isn't like a Kendama community. There's like a few people that play, but there's like a crazy like line in the sand where it's like you're either a little kid like figuring out what this is, and like it's like no, it's big cup or spike, you do it like this, or you're like a skate rat, like older guy or something, and you're just like, nah, I don't want to go to those gyms. Like it's a bunch of little kids there, which like I would cater to the little kids because like their parents are there and you talk to them and like you teach them how to play. But the older kids at the jams were just like, yeah, I'm working on like quad tap, and you like, I want to play Ken. I want to go beyond like the teaching side. But like, since I would try to do so much stuff by myself, it was like there's some other guys too that have like scenes in Pittsburgh, which helps out a bunch. But like they're just very small and like either you're just learning or you don't want to go. You rather just play with your friends and like sesh like at a park or someone's house or whatever. But going to Atlanta, one of my biggest things was like there's kind of a small scene in Atlanta. But like since like Kendama USA is like the first Kendama company like in the US essentially, and they're based in Atlanta and they have really no scene. So Jeremy was very adamant like I want to have a scene in the home grounds of Kendama. So we started that when I was there too, and that just like bursted. Like, it was so cool. We would have like 15, sometimes 20 kids like every Saturday morning, just in random spots of like Georgia, just like playing kendama. And the weather was so cool that we were like really weren't limited to like inside or outside. Like Pittsburgh, I'm pretty sure we get like 11 nice days out of the year where it's not like cloudy and like it might rain. So it was cool. It was cool being out there with just like all the kids, and just like everyone was so cool. So like I decided after like my first or second visit, I was like, yeah, I'm cool with this. It'll be fun. Yeah, kind of decided to go out there.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So you do it.
Yeah, you were living out there when I went down there, weren't you? When I came to Atlanta to visit Trevor.
Yeah.
T-Starnes, shout out fucking T-Starnes. I missed that motherfucker.
Hell yeah, shout out T-Starnes. You came out it was a surprise for his birthday or something, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. His girlfriend Lacey like flew me out for her. That was his birthday present. I just showed up, and he was just like, "What the fuck?"
You were a Christmas present?
Yeah, it was sick.
Oh man,
I know. I was like, "Are you sure you want like? Wouldn't it be better to fly him to Vancouver?" And she's like, "No, you want to surprise him," kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then in the end, she like actually told him like the day before, anyways, because she didn't want him to like make other plans or some shit, and she got all like flustery about it. And she was like, just don't make plans tomorrow. Man. Like, Rod's coming kind of thing. And he was like, what? So he already knew kind of things, but it was still like pretty surprising, you know. Still, it was still good.
That was super sick. Lacey, Trevor's girlfriend used to cut my hair, so she was like cutting my hair. She was like, oh yeah, don't tell anybody, but Rod's coming. I was like, oh, what? Like, I was so deep.
Yeah,
nice.
That was such a good time, man. That was so sick.
Super sick.
Yeah, I want to do that again one of these days.
It should be someone else's birthday present.
I mean, that'd be cool too. I meant just go hang out in Atlanta, but
we should make an app.
I'm down.
We should make an app where you can rent Rod and have him flown out.
Let's go. Let's
figure out the budget, what it would cost, how much does it cost to keep Rod alive, and how much does it cost to get him there?
Not much.
Ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Water.
Ramen noodles and a bowl a day. That's all I need.
No.
So the Japanese word for a foreigner is gaijin, and there is a website called Rent a Gaijin. And for people in Japan to go online and actually rent someone. Now, this is someone for like, usually it's people who are looking for models or something, or just a quick gaijin to do some work for them for whatever, I don't know what. But you can go check it out.
Why didn't you tell me this when I was living there, buddy? What are you doing to me?
Oh, shit.
I would have for sure signed up for it.
They're being greedy. They wanted to hang out with you all by themselves because they knew that others would pay top dollar yen to hang out with Rod Dama. Top.
Yeah, maybe.
It was Justin Bieber and then Rod. That was the most like popular categories.
Damn it, that little fucker beat me, really?
I'm sorry, dude.
His songs aren't that catchy, are they? Come on.
They are.
Yeah, they are. Oh man, fuck yeah.
So you really left a big impact to the Kendama community when you announced, Scaggs, that you were leaving Kendama USA. And I remember like scrolling through the Instagram and seeing that picture of you, and it seemed like just so prepared. The picture was so fucking good. You just like, walking. It was like a shot off of a movie.
You walking away,
walking off the Kendama USA logo, like right in that on that spot. It was
so
good.
I shot that picture
so planned,
like an hour and a half. Thank you. Before I posted the thing, like I did that all on the spot because I knew it was coming. Like I talked to Jeremy, almost around like it might have been like New Year's, but it was like I was going to Atlanta for Battle of the Border. Him and I were going to have some meetings and talk about like here's what 2020 is going to look like for Kendama USA, like production, just team, all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of like in the background have thought like I like working for a Kendama company is literally a dream job. Like it's so much fun, and especially like when you're comfortable and like you can like work with your team, and like it's a very fun job. But I think that like I don't know, like I may have like not overthought it, but like I'm gonna be 30 in September, and Kendama, like working for a Kendama company is like, again, it's like a skateboard shop. It's like you get to do things you love every day, talk to people every day, design things every day. But I think for an actual career move, there really isn't much growth within like a Kendama company, unless like the company does like super good and everyone gets a raise and it just kind of goes from there. But it's still like such an early thing because most Kendama companies are owned by like one person, and that's it. Like they pay themselves, and that they can live off of it. Like that's amazing. You can like make a life off this. Kendama USA is in a position where they can have like, employees, and like it's like a little bit bigger and whatnot. So like it was amazing, but I knew that like and the people at the Apple store, like almost, yeah. And I didn't really want to give myself like that glass ceiling. And again, like I don't want to, nothing bad about like Kendama USA or like Jero or any of those guys, because it again, like it was looked at like I was brought in for this project. Like Sweets came out with like the primes, and like we had like the 2.0s, and like cups were starting to get bigger, strings were getting longer, and like TJ was kind of going on his own thing. So yeah, Jeremy was like, let's bring you in. Let's start like, let's refocus this, like branding, marketing. What do you think with Konami? Where do you feel it's going to go? And like trusted me with like my ideas and like everything that I wanted to do. So really, I got to just like go to work every day, work on something that I wanted to do that could be almost literally anything. And as long as it was signed off by like Jeremy and like Sharif and the rest of the people at Konami USA, like it was cool. So it was awesome. But I knew that like I had to make a decision just for myself and just for like career. And it's like I went to college for a reason, and like I tried really hard and all that kind of stuff. So I just knew that like, will Kendama be in my life forever? Yes. Will I be able to work and make a livelihood off of like a Kendama career position? Like maybe not, but it could be something that I want to like, maybe I'll look at it in the future again, like to do something with Kendama, like for an employment thing. But I think that like, I just had to make that decision where it's like, all right, like I'm going to be getting a job at Apple again. There's going to be some really good career opportunities for me there. I'm really good at that job. I have amazing connections with the people at Apple. So I decided to almost like switch gears, because in the beginning it was like, I worked at Apple full time and Kendama USA was part time. Then I completely flipped the script and made Kendama my world, and Apple, I just didn't work there anymore. But I always like love the technology. I love the editing. I love like the the computer that goes around it. So now I think in 2020,
you're the only one that still uses Mac's Safari browser.
Safari, yeah, I'm like the only guy that uses Safari, I think. But then like now in 2020, I'm deciding to like switch back and like make that difficult decision where like I could keep working with Kendama USA, but like at the same time, I kind of want to put all my eggs in one basket. Like I see my friends. I'm not dating anybody. I'm literally just trying to like isolate all my strengths, like really test myself, and just put all my eggs in one basket and be like, here's like a career shot I'm gonna go for. I'm back at Apple, so like I'm very lucky and I'm very fortunate to have those connections that I have there. So I really just want to like go for it at Apple again. Like just honestly, just start just like rehoning myself. Like, because Kendama didn't take anything away from me, but I spent a lot of time putting myself into others. Where like I think that in 2020, I'm just gonna like refocus myself and kind of do my thing, and kind of do it that way. But Jeremy was awesome about it. Like he totally understood. I think that he said like, when I told him what I was gonna be thinking about doing, I was like, hey, like this is an opportunity with Apple. I'm probably gonna go for it again, and maybe step away from Kendama. And he honestly, like what he said almost verbatim was like, no, I get it. Like Apple's more profitable than ball in a cup. I understand. And I was like, yeah, it is. And he was so cool about it too. And like I love Jeremy. We have such a good relationship too, like him and I. So like he was pretty much about it. The one thing I don't think he was super stoked about, which kind of caught him by surprise, is when I said that I wasn't going to be playing for the team either. Because it was like I had a job at Kendama USA. Like I did the social media marketing, like I created content, I kind of managed all that. Then I also managed the team. And then I also like did scene building, but I was also a player for Kendama USA, which I was responsible for like promoting the products and like landing and like just promoting it as well. So with that, like my job at certain times would kind of turn from like a job into like my passion and that kind of stuff. So when I separated the both and was like, I'm going to be doing a new job opportunity, and then I'm also going to be leaving the team. But there's really no reason for me leaving the team except for like I wanted to have no distractions going into Apple, because like when I like something, I almost fall in love with it, and I become obsessed with it to the point where like I have to submerge myself into it to make sure it's the right decision. So that kind of stunk. Like, kind of telling him and like having that conversation, like telling my team wasn't easy. Like it was super difficult. Like just kind of making that call to like just to fully trust in yourself. Like I love these people, I love what I'm doing, but I'm going to like. This is a complete selfish decision I'm making, but for a good reason. Like I'm going to step away and do my own thing. And everybody on the team was seriously so cool about it. Like everyone understood, everyone like no one panicked. Everyone was like, oh my God, like the communication, like who's going to do this? But like, it really was like, everything was pretty much like figured out. That's why Jeremy and I had talked ahead of time, like how we're going to tell everybody and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it was difficult.
No, we should go around and give everyone pieces of cake.
No, I called the people that the people I talked to on the team, like
Cake is good.
I called Mags, I called TJ, I called like Haley, I think hit up like Kenyatta. I hit up like the people I've been for a while, and no particular reason, more or less like I just have better relationships or like with some people on the team. And then like for Kendama USA has what, like 87 players now, so I had to make sure that I had the
Yeah, right.
Sweet. I was like, that's a pretty big number.
No, Coos is big. It's like, I think it's like 23 people or something like that. But like either way, I knew that like I can have like these like 10 or less like conversations, and the rest I just did like a big email and like blast, kind of just saying like same thing. Love you guys. Love doing this. Don't want to make this decision, but I kind of just am doing it because yeah, like I knew like later on down the road, like Kendama's not going to stop. Like, and one thing I'm even more excited now is like me putting out Kendama tricks. Like I can play whatever Kendama I want. For 28 tricks later, I almost thought like I might just use a different branded Kendama just cause like I just got a Misu mod. I have a few of the new like Sweets boost shapes, which are super fire. So like yeah, it's really cool. And there was no like there's no unwritten rule when you're sponsored you have to play with like your pro model or that brand. But I feel like is Kendama's getting a little more like not competitive, but like Michael Jordan's not going to go to a basketball game and wear like a Hornets jersey. He's going to wear a Chicago Bulls jersey because he plays with Chicago Bulls. Like that's kind of, you know what I mean? Ben Roethlisberger's going to wear a Steelers jersey. He's not going to wear a Colts.
Or without wearing a pair of Jordans, right?
right. Like so, like so I more or less just felt like it was cool, the team dynamic and stuff like that. And like plus with promoting it, I feel this is a side note, but I feel like a lot of Kendama players should take a little more pride in how they film and what they're actually doing. Because when you're sponsored and you're a sponsored Kendama player, it's like, are you going to land tricks in the same spot and just kind of land that trick and end the clip and that's it? Or are you going to go out, show the Dama a little bit in the camera, make a clip in the caption, say what it is, be like, yeah, this is it. What, like, I think that, like there's different ways and like there's many ways you can attack it. But I think like as a Kendama player, to help grow the industry, you have to promote what you're doing. Because if you have like 1,000 followers and you're doing the same tricks in the same place with the same mod, people are going to see you playing Kendama, and that's not really going to move the needle for Kendama as a whole. And that's one thing with like marketing, and one thing I've learned with Kendama is just like the advertising and these new people like with like Mr. Boogie with like Sweets and just like all these other like ambassadors, like Taylor Tries is doing really well. Like just there's so many other eyes, and Kendama is so small that I feel like the more that we can do as players, the bigger it's going to get. Like, set aside the pro ego for a little bit. You're going to walk into a room, and no one's going to know you're pro. No one even knows how to pronounce what it is that you just said you're doing. Like, take a step back and realize that, like, it's all, you're playing ball in a cup and you're landing tricks, and that's what you're doing. Beyond that, when you go deeper, it's like, yes, you are a professional in this because you're able to do these kind of things. I just think that, like everyone that's sponsored should take put a little more thought into what you're about to do versus like, because it's going to grow. It's going to grow itself. Like if we do that, like it's a win. Side tangent, but like that's the thing with like just Kendama and like marketing and like stuff that I found like really successful. Like put yourself into it. Like what do you want it to feel like with other people? Because like Kendama can look really dorky really fast if you're doing it the wrong way. But like if you make it cool, if you make it like a GoPro in your head, if you like pick a cool, like whatever, like you can translate what you're feeling and how you feel and what you're like going for, like with Kendama, like really well. It's just like you need to find that within yourself first, and then like copy and paste that, and then people will be influenced by you because of how you look at it and how you treat it. And I think that like with filming and editing and how you do it, that's like that's what really could like help just make Kendama grow. Because when leaving Kendama USA, I have no intention of stopping playing Kendama. Like I'm probably going to play as long as the rest of us play. It's going to be a thing that like Kendama is going to be a thing that like you play with every day, or it's going to be something that like you have decorating your parents' house. We've got some Damas up there. Like
nice.
Kendamas are like interactive art pieces. Like so many of my friends have them to play every single day, and they love it. And then I have some friends that like have them on their shelf, and it's like, oh, my friend is really good at that. I think it looks cool. And then you can try to land on this thing. Like it's a conversation. It's like it's really whatever you want it to be. So like. Yeah, small tangent for the youth.
For the youth, hell yeah.
Yeah, so man, there's so many, people who are talking about types of filming, and it's so difficult to do, or they want to play damage, they film a chick, but it's like just enjoy it, and I think it's easy for everyone to do because we all have a phone, a device on us that has a camera that can record. So it's like you kind of have no excuse to not film a trick, but it's there's some people, and I think it's interesting because I think of the skateboarding community and how there are plenty of people who aren't just the best skateboarders in that community doing lots of stuff. So like in the Kendama world, it's like there's people who aren't going to be the best players, and they're thinking about what they can do.
Table? Right.
Yeah, other than just slay Kendama. And you know, going back to skateboarding, there's people who are photographers who are professionals and they just work in the skateboarding field. There are people who are called that are just the filmers, and like, yeah, they skate, but when they need someone to film this trick that they're going to do, they call up this one or, you know, a handful of people. Like, those are the filmers. These are the camera guys. And it's like, I think, I remember, you know, I do the shotgun interviews, and I talked to a few people, I forgot who they were right now, but they've said that they don't like filming because they suck at it so much. You'd be surprised
the amount of the people that do say that, like how many people are like just so good. Like Wyatt and DWesty, like they wouldn't care if I say it. They both say I suck at filming, but like, like but like they want to do it. They want to like it's But it's like but it's like you strive like when it comes to the creative side, like no, don't film there. Film against this wall. You'll be able to see the Dama way better. It would be sicker. But then like if I switched places with Dylan or Wyatt and was expected to do one of their tricks, like it's not gonna fucking happen. Like it's like you know what I mean? And I completely agree.
Yeah, right. Because it's like you never know what someone has, what kind of talent they have that's hidden, that they just haven't figured out the way to marry Kendama with their skills that they have.
Yeah.
So it's like you just gotta try stuff, guys.
I think it's very cool. That's
melt
like
shit together.
With some of I forget his Instagram account. He's the owner of Quill Kendama. He's been filming with like this thing that like stands on a tripod and like tracks the Dama. Like it looks like he has. It's so trippy. It's so crazy looking. Like he did like a 2-turn-up swap spike, and it was just like. I think I watched it like 13 times. Like it looked so good. I couldn't figure out how he did it. Like
it like goes like up and over kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I'm like, how did this camera guy? Like, and it was steady the entire time.
It's so crazy.
How'd that happen? Yeah. No, but Kendama needs that because like, and that's the thing. It's the more that you can make it look better, others like I almost want to make content for non-Kendama players. So when they see it, it's just like, oh my god, he landed it on the spike. Like that's my favorite. Like when someone can watch you do like around Japan and you land on the spike, like they have no idea that like juggles and taps and like all this other stuff is popular. It's like, wait, you landed that on there's a hole in that? Like people forget. No, that's the ultimate. People forget that like that's a selling point for people. It's like, oh my god, like it's Dude, so
it's so funny. Like. Sorry, I was just gonna say it's so funny. Like some of like the younger Kendama players and shit. Like if you do like a performance with them and stuff, something I always notice is that like not necessarily him in general, but just like for example like Nick Gallagher or someone who goes out on stage does a lot of like really hard stuff, and like even if he does it, people are like, "Well, that was crazy. I don't know what that was, but that was crazy."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so it's like, but they're missing the point where like I could go out there and just do a moon circle to spike, and they're like, "Oh, like just as stoked," you know?
Yeah, it's like you spun that around in the air
more
and land. Yeah, like dude, people. I love that. Like those are the reactions. I'm just like, I don't let that stuff slide. Like I don't put it like into an ego bank or something. But it's like when I show someone Kendama and they're just like, "Oh my god, it landed on the thing." Like, how are you doing that? I'm like, no, it's really hard. And like that makes me feel good because like what we are doing is really fucking hard. Like all these kids and like all these teenagers and adults, it's like what we're doing is really hard. Like, oh my god, you guys are gonna get me going. I hate when people on Instagram, they post a trick, it's like, and it starts off with like some shit like, sorry, this is all I could land. And it's like some like mind-blowing trick. It's like, dude, you're missing the point like completely. Like,
yeah.
Like, granted, we're all going to have a thought. Like, if someone does like Bird Over Valley, it's like, okay, you can probably do better than that. But at the same time, like, take pride in what you're posting or don't do it at all. Like, don't like that's fine. That's fine. You're playing. That's good. Oh, I hate that. Oh my god.
I feel you, man. I feel
you should do a Kendama pet peeves segment. Bring me back for that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, I'm sure you've seen so much of that. So when you were working with Kusa, you were on the SNS side. Were you handling every form of SNS that Kusa had, every account?
Yeah, all social media, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Then I made sure that like content was like chopped and different for all of those. So like I would go into like for like if we were gonna release a new Tama or a new just Kendama, I would make sure the Instagram one looked one way. And I would take those same images and open it back up in Photoshop and rechop it for the story. And I'd rechop it for the parents. They're gonna see it on Facebook, and I would market all of those things and just put money behind it to hit like different categories like that. And YouTube, same exact thing. Our YouTube was primarily more or less like tricks, videos, stuff that made people want to be like, oh, that's dope. Like I want to try that and try to make my own content like that.
Yeah, right.
Snapchat kind of like fell off a little bit once like Instagram introduced like stories and like filters and that kind of stuff. So like primarily, yes, it was like all social media, all like advertising, all marketing.
What? There's no Tinder account?
There was not a Tinder account.
No? Come on.
That's so funny. Dama Tinder, that one's so good.
Well, come on. Just use this guy as the profile pic, the butt plug. Butt plug Dama.
I love these guys.
Just have one on hand. Oh my god.
You never know when you're gonna need one, buddy.
Dude, you never know. How many people say that too? It's like, oh, is that like what is that? You're like, oh, it's a toy. They're like, oh, I thought it was like a sex toy or something. You're like, nope. Like,
and that's when you go like, oh, what do you want it to be? Should we be going somewhere?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you like it.
One time I got pulled over once, like just driving home from like work or something, and like I had a kendama, like it wasn't wrapped up, it was just like sitting loose like on my passenger seat. And I was talking to the police officer, and he was just like, "What's that?" And like kind of backed up a little bit and like looked over at my Dama, and I was like,
no shit.
"Oh,
it's a bola."
Yeah, I was like, "It's a toy," and he was like, "Oh, I thought that was a bong." I was like, "You're a police officer, dude. Like, get better than that." Like, if you would have said hula hoop, you would have been closer on brand than a bong.
Yeah. Well, little did he know it was a clack pipe the whole time, right?
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, right.
No
dude, the
idea.
black pipe. Oh, shit.
Fucking idiot.
But yeah,
Don't teach you about that one at the academy.
Look out for these.
Well, so Scaggs, like, I'm just curious, since you were handling all the SNS, like, there must have been such stupid, trivial, or just straight up annoying comments or like DMs or something. Let me know what was like the worst shit that you had to go through.
SNS is like social media.
When you would DM like Kendama USA, like I would answer you every single time. I almost looked at like all the DMs like an email. It's like I gotta answer that. It wasn't like I hated it, but people would be like, when people would send a picture of like their Kendama and the cups came off, and they'd be like, it's broke. And I'm like, I don't
just
know
like
how
the Serados popped off?
Yeah, the Seratos. And I'm just like, it's not. How am I supposed to explain to this person who just got this via text message or DM how to put it back on so the string doesn't get like so that would be irritating.
Yeah.
I would find a link to like I think it's the video of like Smith restringing a Kendama, and I would just like send him that and be like, the cups can come off. Or if someone got a tribute, I would just be like, hey, sorry. No.
Hey, sorry. Yeah. One time,
somebody sent me a photo of a tribute with the cups off, and I was like, that might be the most obscure one I've gotten. Like, someone sent a DM of a tribute half split with the cups off, and I was like, that's the one thing it's not supposed to do. Like, the cups don't come off on a tribute. Like, how did you even do that? Like, some other brass ring just like came out or something, but like little pain points I had would be like people just saying like if their shipment was like late or if they didn't get a confirmation email or something, but like we'd be closed on Saturday and Sunday. So if you buy something on Saturday, Friday night, like you're not going to get a confirmation until like Monday when we get back to work. So like that's any like normal like business stuff, but
just like straight up customer
sense.
service
Right.
handling all this shit. So just let it. Well, come on, Quad. Just slowly. The worst episode that happened to you while you were handling all this SNS stuff, like the bulliest of the shittiest bullshit. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, just some like total obscure like dumb bullshit that makes no sense.
there was kind of what I'm going to talk about. It was so stupid. It wasn't even like Kendama USA. It was more or less just like about like I don't even know. We sponsored this kid named Derek Aston. He was like really good, and he like stopped playing, and that's when I like was in charge of being the social media manager. So like our team was getting big, and he like wasn't really doing that much. And like no offense to him, like him and I like don't communicate, but I have no bad blood against him. Like he's a better Dama player than I am. Like it's just I'm using it as an example. But I ended up just like having a conversation. I was like, hey man, we're gonna move forward with like Tribe. We're not gonna have you a part of it just because of like some lack of efforts and stuff like that. And like you're still the homie. If you start playing again, let me know. Stuff like that. And he was kind of bummed. He was like, oh, like that sucks. Like whatever. We made small talk. It was chill. But then like 4 months later, he like DM'd me and was like, yo, where's the team edits? I thought those were so important. Like now Kendama USA doesn't have team edits, and that's the whole reason I was kicked off. And I was just like, no, I just like wasn't doing them because I was doing so much other media at the time, and I was like, because I'm like literally a one-man band. It's like if something happens on Instagram, like I'm doing it. It's Facebook, I'm doing it. Like Bryan from the media department has to give it to Bryan so Bryan can make Instagram look nice, so Bryan can post it, and so Bryan can like. But like,
right.
He was just really bummed out, and like he was like pissed off at me, and like his friends would start DMing me, like calling me shit, like. And then it just ironically ended up being, it was on my birthday, my 29th birthday, and all these like young kids from like his area were just like DMing me and like calling me shit and just being like, you kicked off Derek, like you suck and all this stuff. And it was like my birthday, and I was like, oh, it's so annoying, dude. Like
that's fucking
because
whack.
Like I care what people think about me, like, a lot. I'm very vulnerable when it comes to, like, what people say or think about me. Like, I take that to heart. And, like, whether it's a 15-year-old kid and his friends just being sour, or, like, I even had a dad slide into my DMs and was, like, being an ass to me. And I was like, guys, look, like, it was my job. I had to do this so I could make room for more people. And I was like, from here on out, I am not kicking anybody off on Kendama USA ever again. It is not happening because, like, it just makes it feel like it's a personal attack. And that's not what it was. And I was just like,
yeah.
So I was getting DMs on my account, getting DMs on Kendama USA account, people saying they're not playing anymore. I was just like, so that was like the worst, but I was just like, oh my God. Like, and then I got mad, and like, just for the sake of me bringing up his name again, I'm just going to throw myself under the bus. Like, he was being shitty to me. So I went to the Kendama USA page and I took down he had like 3 videos. I took them all down. I didn't delete them, but I just took them all down, which I shouldn't have done because I was like, me just using my powers for evil. But I was kind of like, no, dude, you're being an ass to me, like, gang up me with your friends. Like, I'm not going to... No. I just took them down. So then, like, once that happened, they started, like, lashing out. And this, like, parent was, like, mad at me. He's like, you need to grow up and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, this is all pretty stupid. So I just, like... I think, like, Alyssa or somebody re-uploaded the videos. And, like, him and I decided to just, like, block each other. And then, like, in hindsight, I just zoom all the way out again. And I'm just like, I'm a 29-year-old adult having an argument with kids and his friends over Ball Cup videos. This is stupid.
Yeah, dude.
So like like once I zoom all the way out and like kind of have like a sober thought going into it, I was like, this is dumb. But like that was probably the worst, like DMs and stuff wise. It's like outside of the box, just because like it was like a personal attack on me, and I was like, oh, this is so lame. And then I didn't want anyone to feel bad, but it's like I have to make these difficult decisions, and like that was the worst. Hopefully that Derek, you listen to this, I don't hate you or anything, so it's all good on my end.
Right.
I kicked myself off the team, so we're even. I don't like we're good. I'm sorry.
Booted myself off.
Yeah, like you're right.
Damn.
That was hard, but honestly, and the other hardest part was just keeping up with the DMs. Like I would always on Instagram stories, I'd make posts that were like a vote which mod would you rather play with. I specifically would not ask people to DM Kendama USA because it has like 90,000 followers and people would DM it. And TJ, every time he would jump on social media, he would just do a hand check and be like, yo, DM what setup this is. And I'm just like, no! Because I get like 300 DMs of people saying, Kayaki, Azora, Kayaki. And I'm like,
jeez.
Oh, man. Oh, that's
like, I seriously would be like, oh my God, TJ just fucking nuked the DMs. I'm so like, that's what I'm doing. Oh no. But yeah, little pain points like that. Oh my God. Yeah, it was good. And I even think now that like, I don't want to stop playing Kendama, and I'm not going to stop playing Kendama. I'm taking pride in doing 28 tricks later, because I feel like most players, like once they stop, they kind of just like stop. And like, I want to make that a challenge. Like I'm not going to do that. So
hell yeah.
Now I'm excited. I'm staying on like that, and even looking like even like sponsorships or something. Like maybe once I completely get in this like role with like my current job, I was even thinking like maybe I could look at another sponsorship or something, or like maybe this train doesn't stop here for me. But then again, I was thinking like I really do admire the unsponsored, like just kind of people in the scene. So I was even thinking like taking it a step further, like where's something that people don't want to do, or like judging for a competition. Like sometimes you have to like pick judges for a competition, and sometimes you see like, you know, a certain person on a panel from a team, and it's like, oh, they're gonna vote for the person they're sponsoring, or like that. You know, it's not the case obviously, but like you never truly know. So I was even thinking about like hitting up Glowken or hitting up just like some type of like, because like I feel like Glowken is also like just like an unbiased like company, like
Yep.
in
Sure.
the
totally.
world, like they're like they love everybody, but they're not like one sided when it comes to anything. So I was even thinking about
everybody
like
besides the JKA.
right. Like maybe it would be.
No, they like the JK. JK doesn't like them. That's
Shit,
that's
that's
the
what it
problem.
is.
So I'm gonna hit up the JKA. I think what's what I'm gonna do. Let's go super like classic with it. No, but I think like what if like Kendama had like a panel of actual judges? Like if you look at any major competition, they have referees. Like just like there's a person paid to take pictures. There's a person paid to make the calls. I potentially was thinking about like what if I made some type of like community or some type of like just panel where it's like, here's Bryan. Like I would almost be like a judge, and it's like we would look into like
Bryan and the Scaglines.
Yeah, Bryan and the Scaglines would be the judges. Like who knows? Because like that might be like a helpful like unbiased. Because like call like what if I could be a judge or a ref in a sense that you could, you know, fly or go to events where needed, and I would just be like a Kendama official. And there would be like a few more of us where it's like, okay, you're not sponsored by a team, so you're not like biased to one side, but also you know what you're talking about. You've been in the industry for like a really long time, and people trust like your decision making. So like, I was even thinking instead of like getting Colin Sander on like a judges panel, who like I love him, but like, does Colin have the best say in what's like new? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and Colin wouldn't even care that I'm making that like judgment call. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that like. Maybe it would be a cool opportunity for like a Kendama official, wear an armband, do something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like just be that person.
You need a whistle.
Yeah, whistle, armband, striped shirt. Like
get like a flag that you like throw in the middle of the shit on stage.
Yeah. Dude. Roughing.
Oh man, I've been talking for years about making, you know, those big foam fingers that you get in the crowd.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to make one of the thumb for KWC every year. So like if somebody's on stage fucking thumb and shit, you give them the big fucking thumb. You get something like that, one of those, the big old thumb card, just fucking whack them with it.
Reminds me of like when Jake Weens made those giant signs for like MKO, like back in the day.
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
Like
the fire emojis and shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was so fun. Because I think that like with Kendama, it's like I do offer more than the traditional like because people will go to my account and watch my videos, see the tricks. That's why we do look at most of our stuff. But at the same time, like if you want to watch bangers, like go watch like DWSD, Mags, Gallagher's, like those are gonna be bangers. Like hopefully when you watch like myself or like even like Christian Fraser, like he's my homie, like he does like really creative stuff as well, like bangers and stuff. Like I just think that like maybe it puts myself in a position where like in a few months, like maybe I could look for a sponsor, or maybe I could just try to find like cut out this new like thing. I don't know. It's more or less just like I'm not stopping, and let's get it.
Hells yeah.
Let's get it.
All right, dudes. We've been
good shit.
All right, dudes. All right, we've been jamming hard for a while. Past the 1 hour mark. We're going in deep, having a good time. So now I'd like to switch gears and move over to our Q&A section, because whenever we have a guest, we let all of our supporters in on it and give them a chance to ask some questions to our guests. So I will relay them to you. This episode came pretty quick. The recording came pretty quick. So just on Instagram, I put up a story, and let's see what some people's has to ask the Scaggs. Okay, so here's the first one. Maybe a quick one. What's your favorite cheese?
Favorite cheese? Oh my God, smoked Gouda. Yeah. Ready.
Shout out whoever asked that. That was sick. I like that.
Yeah, Chewbacca gave us that one.
Yeah.
Okay, Scaggs, next question. Now that you're off of the Kendama USA team, what are some things that you're excited and looking forward to?
I think it's really cool that I can play with whatever Kendamas I want now, and I can try out shapes, and I can really just kind of like go towards the ones that I want and not feel biased. Because again, there's no rule that you can only play Kendama USA Kendamas, but like again, like I got a Misu Pro mod, it's fire, the bamboo, and then I got like the Coop mod, I got a Legend mod, I got the new like Luzulbake mod I'm using for 28 tricks. Like I like it a lot. So like I think it's being able to just like expand a little bit and like not have to wear some like identity the entire time is kind of cool. So a little more freedom.
All right, next question. What are your career moves or plans now that you left Kusa? We kind of covered that.
That was it.
Switching off, you
Yeah.
got rid of the peaches and moving over to the apples.
Yeah, just going full-time Apple. It's gonna be my like career, but obviously I'm so creative and I'm so fidgety that I want to do something. I'm not the kind of person that's gonna plop down and watch Netflix for hours. Like if anything, I'm gonna put on The Office or South Park, let that be on just for sound, and I'm going to be doing something. So like still gonna be making content, still gonna be making like Kendama videos, and just kind of I'm really trying to see what like me as 30, like I'm trying to make Bryan 3.0 a thing. Like let's see what I'm really gonna bring to the table.
Hell yeah.
Just keep going. That's my thing.
All right, next. Out of all your Dama travels, which place was the best place that you went to?
Japan with you guys. Like going to Japan and just being with you guys, and like just that's the thing with like the vibe and the whole picture I've said, like that's the whole thing. Like Kendama is from Japan. We all get on fucking airplanes and buses and go to where that started and just like party and laugh and run around, and it's just so yes, and just like learn and just do whatever you want. Like it's like magical being there. But like I would say like Hatsukaichi Japan, going to Japan overall, like World Cup tour, that's the best. And just alluding, don't be surprised, I'm probably gonna go this year. I either want to go to Catch and Flow or I want to go to Cup. I've been to Cup twice. Catch and Flow I feel like is gonna be fun, but I wouldn't be competing because Catch and Flow is like so. It's like the fucking big dogs go to Catch and Flow, like. But still, like KDVC is like it's just magical. It's like the Super Bowl of Kendama, and like everyone's there. It's the whole experience. Like Catch and Flow I feel is just like we go hard as fuck. Period. Like and shorter. But yeah, Japan's the best, and I'm gonna be coming back at least one more time this year. So we're doing it.
Hey.
All right. Next question. From your point of view, what company do you think will change or grow the most in 2020?
Honestly, I think that I think Sweets Kendamas is doing an amazing job. I think they're doing an amazing job with just like the attention to detail with their shapes, with how many new products they're coming out with all the time. I think like their ambassador team with like Fu and Reed and like Mr. Boogie T, like that's what I'm talking about. That's gonna be like, here's this person that does this thing, and here's how Kendama incorporates into their life. Like the amount of eyes that's like on those people. Like I have friends that skate, like literally like skate or die, and they're sending me links of like Boo with a Dom around his neck. They're like, dude, did you know he plays? I'm like, yeah, you have no idea. Like, but it's cool to see that kind of connection. And I also think Chrome's doing really cool because I respect Chrome just for putting out wild ass shapes, just to like literally see if it works, see if it doesn't work. But like I love product development, and I think that I think Chrome's making like really cool changes like with the actual product itself too. But I think with the biggest changes, and that was Sweets too with like the Kendama Institute. Like I think overall, I'd say Sweets is really making some big moves. So I would say those guys are definitely progressing.
Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, Sweets is definitely on top of their game. All right, next question. In 2020, which company do you see or do you think will suffer the most?
Oh my God.
Oh.
Damn.
That's a tough question.
Right, well, I'm sure since you were working, on the SNS side, you were creating all these marketing campaigns. I bet that you were also watching the other companies and seeing the different shit that they were doing, right?
Because there were some companies I would just see, I'm like, how are they doing this? Or like, there's some brands I'm like, who's buying this? Like, not even like as a slam or something. It's just like I just think like
curiosity.
Kendama USA, Chrome, Sweets, Terra. You have these humongous companies, and like Green Theory, and it's like Soul, and you have like these other. I also want to add Soul to that category. Like Soul's a big ass, like they're killing it branding and stuff wise. Like their team's doing really good. Alex Mitchell is like out of his fucking mind when it comes like Liam, like all those guys. Then you have like Soul's doing crazy shit.
Hell yeah.
I think really I don't think there was an answer. I think like the teams that are gonna, or the companies that are gonna suffer this year are the ones that just stay on their heels too much, and they don't want to make changes, and they don't like sponsor people, like, and they don't just just really progress. I don't know if there's like an actual brand or if there's like a company that I would like really say necessarily, because like we're all in this together. Like there are a bunch of companies eating from the same little pie, and I don't want to see anybody fail. But I think like the best way to kind of keep it going is like have an authentic team that you're proud of, and have just good team feng shui, and make sure communication is good. Always strive to like make those just creative decisions when it comes to like the products, the paints, the holes. Listen to the community. If they're telling you something, it's for the most part it's going to be like how they're feeling. So like I've always listened to the community and like tried to make decisions based on that. I think just like just thinking outside the box is the biggest thing as I would say this year challenge wise. Like think outside the box. Like if you're about to film a kendama trick, like put a GoPro on your head, see what it looks like. Like make a POV edit. Like do something that's a little bit out of the norm, and just
something different.
See what works. Because if you don't do that, then you will fail. You can be like the classic brand that always does one thing, but at the same time, like just make those tweaks. If you don't have the funds to like invest in a bunch of like marketing or like clothes or merchandise, like work on your team. Make sure you're promoting the best people that you can, or the people with the best voice or best like or whatever you're looking for. But always try to just push on the biggest one that you can, like what you think is gonna move the needle. And I think just like progress. Always progress. And laugh. And laugh. And laugh. And don't take it so damn serious. We're all playing bowling cup.
Good advice. Good advice. Chill out, nerds.
Yeah, right? I mean, yeah. There you go, everyone. You heard it straight here, episode 29. You heard it straight from Scaggs himself.
Yay.
Especially all those companies.
Tips from Scaggs.
Look out for. All right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hells yeah. Man,
Dude.
this has been a good little sesh.
Yeah.
This has been a dope sesh. Yeah, it's been really sick. I'm so glad we did this. This is dope.
Yeah, dude,
Hell
it has.
Wait, who draws the red faces? Like the little
me.
red like silhouette.
That's MJ, yeah.
MJ, are you gonna do one for me even though it's late?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go do it right now, but definitely.
No, yeah, not now. But I was looking.
I need to go
I was looking at like your
sleep.
Instagram.
No, you made him stay up too late, buddy. You don't get the red
No,
face.
Yeah.
I know not now, but like I saw that on like the Entertainment, and I was just like, ooh, I might get my own like little silhouette now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that's one of
excited.
the perks of being a guest on the show. It's a little way to say thank you to all the
Hell yeah.
guests who
I'm
join.
gonna send you guys.
realms.
Take
I'm gonna
part
send
in
you some of the
nerds.
Scag ones.
Oh yeah.
I have
yeah.
one of those on my computer, buddy.
Zombie, a Super
Stop,
S.
nerd.
Oh, I don't got the zombie one though. That's pretty sick.
I was gonna make one for New Year's, like a little New Year's baby, but have like my face on it, but it just looks weird, so I decided not to do it.
Sounds gross.
Oh, now I wish you did. That sounds kind of hilarious. Yep. Well,
Boys, thank you for having. Thank you for
thanks
having
for
me.
taking the time
Yeah,
out, buddy.
This is so
Coming
sick.
and nerding out,
Hells
talking
yeah.
about the Scaggs life.
Yeah, Scaggs.
Hell yeah.
Good shit. Good to hear about. And
Hell yeah.
Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out and listening to episode 29, guest Scaggs. And if you'd like to support the nerds, we are super open and would love if you guys could show your support by signing up to Patreon. And you can check out video episodes of
Nerds
the
Unite
that go up just for our Patreons, for people who are straight up supporting. You know, we got some good episodes, good knowledge that is dropped on a lot of these episodes.
Yeah, Ben Harold was just on here, right? Like you guys just had Ben.
Yeah.
That's fucking Ben. Like listen to that.
Shit was real.
Come on.
it was the longest one yet, too.
Damn. Get it.
Hells yeah. We're not going to do slow-mo of Ben's episode, though. That's not the thing.
Yeah, no way.
Re-upload the whole thing.
Yeah, that sounds real good. Yeah, just go to sleep.
A 3-hour long slow-mo podcast. That sounds sick. Yeah. All right,
sick.
well, we better sign up before we come up with any other good ideas here.
But in any case, everyone, thank you so much for all of your support.
Here we go.
The people who are on Patreon, of course, and the people who are even not, who are just sharing, who are commenting, who are liking, who are leaving reviews on iTunes and whatnot. Thank you all so much. Pure love goes straight out to you, nerds. You know, we got to unite.
Yeah.
And that's it, guys. Thank you all so much. We will see you all on the next episode.
Yeah. Word, and I guess...
Hells yeah.
Yeah, on that note, I guess it's time to go. Thanks again, nerds. Thanks, Scaggs.
Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Much love. On that note, the nerds are out.